Okay, so I'm having a niche wobble again. Probably feels like the millionth time I'm questioning my niche, and I'm just brain dumping, really, just getting some thoughts out. It's tricky because I've got my why. I know why I want to be coaching. I know I've got a calling for it. I know I've got the skills. I've done the training. I know I can help a lot of people with a lot of different things, but that's part of the problem. There's not one thing I've been through in my life that I want to be my main focus. I could help with relationships, but I don't want to talk about relationships all the time. I could help with grief, but that's pretty heavy going and I don't feel called to do that either. I've got holistic training, which comes in useful as tools, but again, it's not something that I want to be doing like 24/7. But I know this is where I should be. And I've been through all the trainings, I've done the, what does your client avatar look like? What experiences have you got the most? What do you enjoy doing that you could spend hours talking about? And this is where I feel like I don't really fit, because I just love people. People interest me. Okay, yeah, there's probably some people out there that I don't connect with, and yeah, I could probably pick a few sort of groups of people out, like parents, for example. I'm not a parent, so yes, I can talk to parents and, have conversations with parents, but I can't fully relate to what it's like to be a parent because I'm not one. So, that would be an example of a client avatar that wouldn't fit for me. But I don't feel like there's just one specific type of person that I want to connect to. But that's what I need to do, because I need to have a niche that speaks to a specific person to be able to sell my coaching. And it just all feels like a bit of a minefield, and I'm almost coming at it now from a place of, or I have been coming at it from a place of desperation. I know I want to be a coach. I know I want this to work. My why is because I need to be financially abundant for in a few years' time, for when my husband's pension will be reduced, and financially I'm going to need to start taking over supporting us. His health is not the best and he's going to need looking after, and I want to look after him. I want to be able to have us in a position where he can go to any appointments. If needs be, we can get private help rather than the wait times that we're going through for the NHS. I want to be able to provide that for him. I love him with all my heart, and I want to give him the best quality of life that he can have throughout his health problems. I want us to have as much time together as possible, hence why I want the freedom-based lifestyle. And the one thing I've only ever known my whole life is that I want to help people. So part of my why is helping him, but also part of why I want to be a coach is because that's all I've ever wanted, is to help people. And when I was younger, I didn't really know about it, and I didn't really know that it was a thing that you could do, so it wasn't something I explored. And I actually think I found it at the right time, when I was old enough to be confident enough in myself to go, sod it, I'm going to go for this, I'm going to do it. So all of that kind of falls into place really nicely. But the one thing that I keep stumbling down at is my niche. What did I start with? I can't even remember what my first niche was. But I know I've been the cacao coach, which I got really excited about, and I had my tagline of "Cacao you doing," which was a bit of fun and stuff, but did it for a while. Yeah, it was all right, but it didn't light me up. I've done helping people grow their holistic business, transition from working a 9 to 5 to becoming self-employed. I've helped with manifestation and live your life authentically. I've helped with manifesting your soulmate, which then caused a bit of confusion. So that transitioned into having a personal revolution. I made the classic mistake of having a niche, thinking it was clear, then having a bit of a wobble as to how clear it was, because a few people had come back and sort of said, oh, are you going to find me a partner by the end of a coaching program? Or oh, well, I don't want to find a partner, so this relationship stuff isn't for me, when some of the stuff will reply to all sorts of relationships. So then I changed it to what I'd called the personal revolution, which I thought fitted me better. You know, I can open up to more people. I can help a lot more people with that. You know, it's more about having their personal revolution. So whatever it is that they're looking to achieve, I can help them achieve it, whether that's a partner or a career or whatever. And I put videos out and I changed all my branding and I love it all. You know, it all looks really good and I'm proud of the work that I've put in, and I've learned something through every single niche change. But I put a video out saying that my niche would be clearer now than it's ever been before. And now I look at it and go, but it's not clearer. It was clearer when I said I was a soulmate manifestation coach. It kind of does what it says on the tin, right? Like, you can understand what that is. It's helping people manifest their soulmate. But a personal revolution, as much as I love it, what does that mean to people? I don't think they get it. Am I not giving it long enough? How long do you give it for your niche to work out before you change it? How do you know if it's the right time to change? Have I given it long enough? Have I got a clear enough message? Am I just wanting to change it because I'm not seeing the results that I was expecting to see by now? Or do I want to change it because it doesn't resonate with me properly? Yes, to all of those, in a sense. You know, I've put loads of work in, and I'm willing to do the work. That's not the problem. You know, and if I have to change my niche again, then I change my niche again, and I will put in the work to update my website, change everything, my funnel, the whole lot. But there's also the flip side then of, if I keep changing it, I'm actually putting out that message of nobody can have confidence in me because I don't know what I'm doing. And if I don't know what I'm doing, how's anyone going to believe that I can help them to know what they need to do? So then it becomes, how long do I leave it? But I don't want to waste any time. It's just all become foggy in my head. Like I just, how do I find a clear direction? How do I get out of this pickle, out of this mess? So the last week, maybe a little bit more, I haven't done anything. I've decided it's time to step back and kind of regroup a bit. So I'm not posting on social media. I was posting every day. On one platform, I was posting twice a day. I've stopped doing that. I've stopped even trying to think about it. So any people that have been potential clients, I'm keeping up with those. You know, I'm still messaging those as I would do, following through with my procedures that I've already got. I'm not going to let those people down, obviously. But no one's really buying. So it's not like I've got a lot to do there. So where do I go from here? That's probably my biggest question right now, is how do I find my niche when I don't feel like I fit in a box? I don't want to coach CEOs of a business. I don't want to coach people in their relationships. I don't want to coach people how to do one specific thing. So what do I look at instead? Well, I've started to think maybe I need to look at the type of person rather than a specific person. So then I think, well, I want to coach people who want to be coached, right? I want people who are going to take action. There's no point helping somebody if they're not really prepared to put the work in. So I want people that are enthusiastic and ready for change. So that's part of it. I like variety. I think maybe that's where I've gone wrong previously, in a sense, is it's all been too the same. So like I said, I can help with relationships, but do I want to talk about relationships day in, day out? Not really. Some of it's a bit triggering for me. I did have a very heavy, bad relationship a few years ago, and yes, I can help people with that, and I'm happy to help people with that, but I wouldn't want that to become my regular focus every day, and helping people through those situations, because they're very difficult, they're very heavy going, and they're very emotional. I enjoyed the business coaching side of things. There was a bit of mentorship involved in that, a bit of teaching, a bit of training. I love doing that sort of thing. So maybe something that involves a bit more of a mentorship and coaching rather than just coaching might fit for me. Yeah. And so I'm just kind of processing all these thoughts at the moment and trying to get out what's in here out into the universe to see if it helps, to see if it helps me clear my mind, to see if the universe responds and goes, this is what you should be doing. I don't think it will necessarily be that easily found, but it would be nice. But let's face it, I don't think anything really comes to you handed on a plate. You've got to put some work in, right? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I know what I want to be doing. I know why I want to be doing it. The drive behind it is so strong that I think I've almost shot myself in the foot with, like I say, coming from an angle of desperation, desperate to make it work. I think that's probably part of the reason why I've changed niche so much, because I've just jumped straight in and gone, I'll do that instead. I'll do that instead. So I think it's time to regroup. Should I stick with what I've got? If I do stick with what I've got, it needs refining. The message isn't clearer. It's a good message. I do like it, but it's vague. Nobody's going to want to purchase that, and nobody is purchasing that. Nobody's interested in my quiz like they were when it was the soulmate stuff. You know, that's all kind of gone down. So the interest has dwindled a little bit. So that tells me a clear message. I know that it's not working like it was working. So I need to think about that. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Figuring it all out. I need to find a process. I need to find a way of working through finding who I am, what I want, and how I'm going to make that into a niche that speaks to a certain type of person. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know what I need to do. Like I say, I've done all the other trainings that are around. I've, you know, gone over these things. There's a magpie. Gone over these things a gazillion times. And I'm still not any clearer than I was. Is that just kind of who I am? Having never known what I've wanted to do. Like in a job or anything. I never knew what I wanted to do. School didn't really interest me that much, because I didn't really know what I was doing it for. Went on and did A-levels, but I never went to college because I wasn't interested in the A-levels that I was doing. I just did them because that's what my friends had been doing. Didn't bother with uni because what would I want to do at uni? Fell into work, ended up doing random jobs. Some were all right, some I hated. None of them I loved. So is that part of me? Is it that I'm not somebody that has such a clear vision, and so needs more support around that? Maybe? I don't know. I don't have the answers right now. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to find the answers. I guess I'm just trying to process it all. Try not to make the same mistake again of just jumping in feet first and changing my niche, and then 3-4 months down the line looking to change it again. I know that I don't want to do that anymore. That's it. I'm not going around this vicious circle again and again and again. If I'm changing it again, this is for the last time. So yeah, it's time to regroup. It's time to step back a bit, find ways. Like I said, I don't really know what that's going to be yet, but find ways of digging that bit deeper into who I am, who I want to help. Do I need to narrow it down to one specific person, or is there another way around it? Can I do it that I do open myself up to people without just being a life coach that doesn't really describe anything, and that people, I don't know, it's not something that sells as well as like a relationship coach or a entrepreneur coach or a business coach, or whatever it is. So I think I'm at the start of that process right now, finding a way of, yes, using the tools that I've already got and utilising the training that I've already got access to on who your client avatar should be and all that kind of stuff. I'll go over it again. But I need something else. I need something that supports that process. Something's missing from that process for me. And that's the bit I need to find. That's the bit I need to hone in on. And I think once I've got that, that's going to help start clear my path a bit and clear my thoughts a bit, and help me get to, am I changing my niche? Am I sticking to my niche? Am I tweaking my niche? What? So I think that's everything I can say for now. I don't know that there's anything else I can bring to the table right now. But it does feel good to kind of get this all out. Just let it out. Just bleh, with loads of words. And just, yeah, kind of get what's going on in here, out here, and see where that leads me. So, yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. Every day's a fresh start. I do absolutely, genuinely believe that. So what's a struggle today might seem a bit easier tomorrow. Or maybe I'll have a fresh idea tomorrow. Maybe something will happen that will inspire me, or who knows. But right now, it's just all a little bit messy, a little bit foggy in my head, and a bit of caution. I'm not going to jump in feet first. I'm not going to rush into anything. I've got to get this right, because ultimately that's going to help me obtain what I want and why I'm doing this. No rushing, planning, focusing, and sitting with it for a bit. If I do pick something different, let's sit with it for a bit. Let's see if it resonates. And it's not just, there's that thing, isn't there, about the shiny new objects and going, oh, now I want this and now I want that. And I admit I can be a bit like that. There's a lot of things I've tried and learned, and I love every single thing, but I move on quite quickly. Like, I've done that now, so I move on to the next thing. And this can't be like that. I've got to get it right this time. But that's not me putting pressure on myself. That's me acknowledging that, yes, I need to get it right, but through the right process. If that even makes any sense. I know what I mean. Yeah.